second. There we go. Got both things set up here to do our Friday live. So if you have, my thing is a little loose. We'll deal with it later. If you guys have questions, feel free to chime in. The stuff that we got to talk about and that we've gotten questions on are rates again. So we looked at rates yesterday and they're 6.11, you guys. That's still really, really so much better from where they were in December and November at 7.4 roughly. So we've got a long way to go to get back down to like 4s or 5s. But even if we did like a 2-1 buy down for people, you could get back into the 4s for the first year, 5.11 for the second year, and then you'd be at 6.11 for the third year. So that's kind of cool. We did get a bump in FHA loan limits. So I've gotten that question recently. So conventional loan limits bumped up 2, and I believe they're at 750 right now. And then the FHA loan limit is 530. So that makes things a little bit easier. So you only have to put 3.5% down up to a $530,000 price point. So that helps. That's another big question that we've gotten. What other questions can I share? We've had a whole bunch of people still thinking that their prices are dropping and they're tracking their Zillow's estimate. And that's a lot lower than the numbers that I'm sharing with people too. And so it's really going to take some deep dive into what sold in the last little bit and then which trajectory your local market in your neighborhood is on. So our market, like Paradise Valley, for example, you'd think luxury market would be dropping. Paradise Valley's market index rose 50% last month. That's huge, you guys. They're back into a seller's market. So they're 40% above normal as far as their market index right now. And that's our most expensive city in town. Fountain Hills is also up there as a seller's market. Let me pull that back up because it's pretty interesting as far as who today is in a seller's market and who's not. So our market index today is almost back to the weakest of seller markets. We're at 109 overall. So that's market wide. So the markets that are in sellers markets, Paradise Valley is at a 167 today. Fountain Hills is 165. Chandler is 143. Cave Creek is 137. Scottsdale 125. Phoenix 119. Glendale 116. Avondale 115. Mesa 113. And Tempe will be in a seller's market basically tomorrow. They're at 109. So in our world, seller's market is an index anywhere above 110. And so those guys are 110 or above. So balance is 90 to 110. So that's Gilbert, Peoria, Surprise. So those three. And then the outliers in the area are Goodyear, Queen Creek, Maricopa, and Buckeye. So those are still buyers markets. And they are increasing. Queen Creek, for example, increased 21% last month. So if we wait another month, they'll be pretty much almost back to balance. So these are, pretty exciting things to be able to look at and say that the spring market really is starting to look pretty hopeful as far as our market activity goes. And the buyers that are popping back into our market thinking 6% doesn't sound too bad as far as a mortgage rate goes. So a lot of that stuff is what we're seeing. So when we talk market indexes, again, 110 and above is a seller's market. 90 or below is a buyer's market. And then between 90 and 110 is where we say is balanced. And so what that means is 100 is like 100% of normal. So when we're talking Paradise Valley, for example, at 167, they're 67% above that 100 mark. So 67% above normal. And like Queen Creek, for example, at 62, they are 38% below normal as far as their market activity. So those are kind of how we read those gauges. So kind of exciting to see how this is going to play out in the next little bit. So if you guys have any more questions about anything, let me know. Of course, pop questions into chats, things like that. Happy to answer. I'll be here for another minute or so, and then we gotta run. So what else can we share? Our listings are getting a bunch of showings right now, which it was a quiet fourth quarter, but it's ramping up. So that's exciting. Offers are coming in. We're starting to see the buyer activity return to the marketplace on a lot of things as our listing inventory has dropped again and our buyer inventory is slowly climbing. So that's where we're coming back into balance and into these seller markets. What else? Our actives today were just a little bit above 16,000. If you remember back in like November, we were over 21,000, I want to say. So we've dropped quite a few active listings, like 5,000 active listings in the last couple of months. Our pendings today are 6,700. We got down to like high 4s or 5,000 there towards the end of the year. So that's a pretty, it's not quite where we want it to be. We're still a couple thousand short, but it's not horrible. So that's exciting. There's a lot of stuff coming to Phoenix in the next few weeks. So we've got the Phoenix Open, we've got Super Bowl, we have our charity, right? The VNSA, the largest used book sale, should you be into books. That's the 18th of February. So all of these things are going to start coming. And with all of those events and all those people coming to Phoenix, that's normally when we see our big spring markets start to take off. So we expect that to happen with that many eyes on Phoenix. A lot of people will be coming through. So we should be seeing some of that stuff start picking up our demand even more. And then if you guys have questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll sign off here. Feel free to text me or call me or email me. Call me at 480-518-9907 or email any questions that you have to Chelsea, CHELSEA, at yourreddoorteamaz.com. And we can answer those next week. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye.